Wait, I'm not into the thing yet. Okay, now. Alright, everybody. Welcome to week 8. This is the penultimate week before playoffs of APE Season 2. We'll be fighting the SK Tentacool T1. That's it. Weird name, I know. They also don't have a logo, so. And this team, SK Tentacool T1, is coached by Crossoff. So, as always, thank him for the match that we'll be having in a bit. Just as a little, easer into this, we're guaranteed playoffs. We're still undefeated. So we're basically just free to relax and maybe have some fun, you know? Maybe get a heat of the week or something. We'll see. No spoilers, we'll see. Right, moving on. First, let's look at the matchup. Tornadus Therian, Garchomp, Scizor, Nihilego, Primarina, Incineroar, Necrozma, Hitmontop, and Sarina. Now this is a very scary set of Mons. Not one weak link, and that's pretty surprising. You usually get at least one weaker Mon, but nope. This is just a bunch of hard hitters. Also, this seems like a team I would draft. I've used most of these Pokemon. I used Torn in Season 6 of NCCL. I used Mega Garchomp in VRL. I've used Mega Scizor in VRL too. I've used Primarina in the same season as Mega Scizor and Incineroar and Hitmontop. This is just kind of looks like one of my teams. So we'll be fighting myself from the past. We'll see how much we've grown. And starting off, we have Landorus with Earth Power, Sludge Wave, Rock Slide, and Substitute. Now, there's only 2 ground resists on this team. One is Torn, and the other is Sarina. Torn is, I think, O-code by Rock Slide. Depends on, of course, the investment. But if my memory serves, it's either O-code or 2-hit code by Rock Slide. So it's not exactly the safest switch. We'll probably just be spamming either Earth Power or Sludge Wave most of the time, because they're also pretty free, because the things that resist Sludge Wave really don't want to switch in to an Earth Power. It's like Nihilego, Scizor, Garchomp, they really don't want to switch in. So that leaves this switching has to be something like Assault Vest Hitmontop, Assault Vest Sarina, and Bulky Tornadus. So, and Tornadus isn't really that good of a switch in, because again, a Rock Slide is able to really wallop it, and we were able to get a substitute on a predicted switch. Let's say we're up against, I don't know, Primarina. We are able to switch into Primarina somehow. We flip turn with Mega Blastoise as Primarina comes in, and now we have Landorus here, which we're exerting a lot of pressure, which allows us to get a substitute up. And then from there we can just do a lot of damage. Alright, after that we have Melmetal. This is a body press set, which we haven't used yet, so that's fun. Max special defense to take Tornadoes, Heat Waves, and Focus Blasts. And aside from that, there's really no special attacker that can really break us, especially if we with Protect, because that allows us to scout out Specs Primarina and get some leftovers recovery. And after an Acid Armor, Garchomp, we were able to 1v1 Garchomp, and Scizor becomes setup fodder. And Incineroar, if it's not Will-O-Wisp or Overheat, can't really handle us. Neither can Hitmontop, so this is just a really good breaker, and really hard to beat tank. So Melmetal, that's Melmetal. Moving on. This is a very fun set. This is Thunderbolt, Wolf Switch Toxic, Natural Gift Raikou with the Ganlon Berry. So if you don't know, Natural Gift uses your berry, and depending on the berry, it makes a different physical attack with a different type and a different base bout. A Ganlon Berry allows us to use a 100 base power ice type physical attack, which it has a 68% chance to OHKO regular Garchomp, and while it doesn't always OHKO Mega Garchomp, it forces it to Mega Evolve to tank it, and if we get like a Toxicon as it switches in, then we're able to easily KO a natural gift, which is very nice for us, because Mega Garchomp is very scary. Other than that, this just helps us with Tornadus. It helps with Scizor because we resist Bullet Punch. Primarina, we stare it off. Volt Switch is really important once Garchomp is gone because it lets us pivot. And yeah, it's just a fast mon that can do some fun stuff, to say the least. Moving on. Now we have Tapu Bulu. This is Terrain Extender Tapu Bulu. It resists Mega Garchomp's dual stabs, but it obviously dies to Poison Jab, so that's a bit awkward. But it does stop it from going for Scale Shot, which is important, so that Landorus can revenge kill it. Though this isn't our primary check to Mega Chomp. This is mostly our, for one, a switch into Primarina, not going for Moonblast or Ice Beam, and it's kind of like, that's basically it, I think. It's not really doing that much. It's just kind of you know, setting up the terrain for Mega Blastoise and just for general usefulness, because then it weakens Mega Garchomp's Earthquake, which is very nice. And also, the combination of Horn Leech and Stone Edge is really hard for this team to switch into, especially alongside Nature's Madness. Like, let's say they switch into Scizor, as we do for Substitute. We're able to Nature's Madness it as it goes for Bullet Punch, and then we get to switch out as it is either forced to heal or switch out, or whatever. It's probably just going to stay in and keep Bullet Punching, but that's important chip that can carry on later. Stone Edge also, with our attack investment, if my memory serves, it has a pretty good chance to OHKO non-bulky Tornadus, even if it is going to be pretty bulky. If there's any bit of chip on Torn, Stone Edge is really going to do a lot of damage. It makes it so it can't safely switch in to a Horn Leech. I mean, but Regen's probably going to really screw with that, so take that with a grain of salt. And Tapu was not that valuable with Pokemon this matchup, so this is probably the first manga that's going to be used as fodder, but it does set up the terrain, which is very useful for us. Moving on, Mega Blastoise. This is our main benefactor of the terrain. As you can see, there aren't really that many good switch-ins to water moves. We got Primarina and Sarina, and that's basically it. So, with Terrain Pulse and Ice Beam, there's Terrain Pulse in the grassy terrain. There's basically nothing that can really stop Blastoise, you see. And Flip Turn is the last move. Originally it was Dark Pulse, but I don't want to accidentally activate Necrozma's weakness policy if it brings that sort of set, because that'd be very scary. And Scald's, depending on what set it is doing enough, in my opinion. And we have like specific checks to Necrozma, like Melmetal and Hatterene, which we'll go into in a bit. But yeah, that's basically Blastoise. Also, with 136 defense and 248 HP, it's able to switch into Mega Garchomp, especially with the terrain up, and OHKO it with Ice Beam. It can take a 1+2 Earthquake outside of terrain, and it always lives a +2 Scale Shot, unless I guess it's like a 5-hit Scale Shot, which is very unlikely. So if that happens, it will be hacks, and it doesn't really matter anyway because we're already in playoffs, so there's no need to complain. Moving on, our final mon is Hatterene. with Dazzlingly, Mystical Fire, Trick Room, and Calm Mind. Now, you may notice that the only two Fairy Resists are Scizor and Nihilego, one of which is absolutely roasted by Mystical Fire, and the other one would really rather not switch in because we're a Psychic type. And I also have my doubts that it would come, and even if it does come, it's just a free switch into Melmetal because it can't really do anything to Melmetal. So I'm not too worried about it. So Hatterene's here to set up the Trick Room for both Melmetal and for itself. It gets the Mystical Fire on Scizor with that special attack investment depending on the source spread it could OHKO. Dazzling Gleam also does a lot of damage to Garchomp, and this is also another switch into Necrozma and what's it called? Hitmontop with all this defense investment. Anywho, that's the match. It's a pretty not the match. That's the team. Pretty fun, pretty weird, pretty wacky, crazy, but we're in playoffs, so it doesn't really matter if we lose. I just want to have a fun match. Anyway, yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the match. Alrighty then, we'll be having our week 8 match right about now. I sent the challenge to cross off. Let me get the white balance. Alright. Now we just gotta wait for them to, accept the match. Give me just one second. Okie dokie. We're still waiting. Alright, match has started. Alright, Sarina's here. Incineroar's not here, that's good. Scizor's here. Mega Garchomp's here. Just about everything I expected. Just grab this. Oh, Porygon working? Porygon is working. Alright, let's go. Let's see, who's going to be the lead here? I think our lead's always going to be Raikou, because it beats that and it can lure in Garchomp leads. We can just full switch out of everything else, which is very good for us. Let's see. Okay, natural gifts. Let's go. Let's get this bread, gamers. Let's start us off with a nice little heat set right off the bat. How's that sound? If he stays unmegged. Oh, just barely. Ooh, that's really good for us. Ooh, that's not as good for us. Do we sack this now? We can probably just handle Tornadus. Fine. Yeah, but this is kind of good this match, so I really don't want to waste it. Let's look here. Yeah, that's pretty good, but getting Garchomp out of here is going to be very useful for us. Yeah, this isn't really all that important of a match. Or not, I mean, yeah, but let me just get... Ooh, this is very good. This match is going wonderfully. Ooh, this is Lumberry, you say. Interesting. Just grab another Toxic. What are you gonna do? Calm Mind, you say? Okay. Now I Volt Switch. And we go into Hatterene. Photon Geyser, that's doing a lot of damage. Go for Trick Room. This match is doing really well for us already. We got off the funny heat. I wonder how much bulk that Garchomp has, because I think we had a pretty good chance to OHKO it if it didn't Mega, which it didn't. Alright, interesting. What are you going to do? I'm just going to go into Melmel. Worst that can happen is we get Scald Burned. That didn't happen, cool. So I'm just going to use Double Iron Bash now. Okay, Scizor. Is this Helmet Scizor? No, not Helmet Scizor. Okay. Right then, so I go for Acid Armor. And now I go for Body Press. Okay, I'm just going to go for Acid Armor again. I'm just going to max out on defense. Can't really stop me from doing this. No, I just Body Press. This Body Press should KO. There we go. Very nice. It's going very well. Okay, I'm just going to protect. Yummy, yummy. Now I Double Iron Bash. Okay, you can do that if you want, but you're going to die to this in conjunction with the toxic healing, so not good for you. I just go for Protect again. Cool, cool. If I just let's go for the double protect. Why not? Oh, that failed. Wow, that did more damage than it should have. I go for protect. Okay. Now I go into Raikou. I sack this, which now allows me to go into Blastoise and Ice Beam. Raises a big problem now that Raikou's down. Ooh, Hurricane misses, that's good. Ice Beam, that does a lot. Now let's go for Flip Turn. Yep, that was a smart play. Go to Primarina, which now lets us go into Tapu Bulu, and we go for Substitute. Now we Nature's Madness. Well, that did more damage than I thought it would. This might not be as one and done as we thought. I go for Double Iron Bash. Wow, that kills? Okay, that kills. That kills, that's good to know. That's bad for us, that's very bad. Alright, let's go Trick Room. Oh, the grassy terrain. Oh, that was almost very bad. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I think we may lose this now. That funny set with Raikou got a lot done, but it did get really hurt by that poison jab, which is not nice. Okay. It's coming in next. So you should be faster now, which would let me go for the Steam. Landorus can still bring it home. Beam, okay. Alright, to you, go for Terrain Pulse. I think it's switching into this. You live, okay. You're not gonna live another one. And this is a really close match, actually. Not sure. Tornado's is the biggest threat. Might just switch in here now. It's gonna take a lot from, you know, the Terrain Pulse. Tornado. Does it live? It's probably AV, so it definitely lives, okay. Now we Ice Beam. It's faster? It's faster. It's faster. How? That's a very fast Sarina. Okay. Okay, we can still with this. We can still win. Sludge Wave? Okay. Tornado's Therian. So now we go Rock Slide. Oh, you're throwing! You're throwing! What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You threw! That was a throw! What are you doing? You threw! What the hell? Or what? What? Wow. I guess we won! I'm sorry, Lando, for insulting you so much throughout the season. You really brought it home in the end, somehow. I don't know how you did this. What happened? What was this game? That was like super fast Sarina. I shouldn't have brought something else on Bulu to deal with Sarina rather than just Nature's Madness, I guess. Probably like, I don't know, Mega Horn. That would have been nice. Oh well. That high jump kick did a lot more to Melmel than I thought it would. But it's not like I have that much to deal with Sarina. Or maybe I should have run more bulk on Bulu, because that did a lot of damage. So wait. How fast? Wait, did it go before? Sarina. No, wait. It did go before. I should have known. Ah, well. I mean, I guess we won, so who am I to complain? Anywho, that was fun. I guess I should have run more speed on everything, on Blastoise and Rillaboom. Oh, not Rillaboom. Tapu Bulu. Anywho, that's the match. I guess we won that. Doesn't feel very earned, because they really just threw by sending in Garchomp. I don't know how fast our Garchomp was, to be fair. We probably, oh well, that's the game. I mean, now everyone knows everyone should know not to use Hurricane on Tornadoes. I learned that the hard way back in NCCL. And this just further proves my point that Hurricane Tornadoes is not very reliable. You should use Air Slash instead. Anywho, that's all for today. I'll see you in the final week of the main season, and then we'll go into playoffs. or guaranteed first seed, so we'll see how that goes. Farewell!